here, and welcome to video 3 in this course. Hopefully you've been getting a lot of value so far. So in this video, I'm going to cover audience insights. This is like the heartbeat of this course because you're going to get real clarity on who your audience is on Facebook, all right? So here's what I mean by that. Like when you're creating ads, you're really just working with data, really. And so, you may know what you know about chiropractors, but you don't know what they're into on Facebook, okay? If that makes any sense. So the outside world, we know what we know. We know contractors, we know what they offer, and chiropractors and all that stuff. But on the digital side of things, it changes dynamically where you'd be really surprised what people are into on Facebook. So with that in mind, let's go over this and let's hash this out so you have a better understanding of who your prospect is and how you should be targeting them. Okay, so for this example, I'm just gonna say we're looking to target. Let's go with a dentist, right? Let's say, for example, we want to target dentists, right? But I need a better understanding of, what demographics, we need the page likes, what they're into, the location, activity, are they married, what? We need all this insight, okay? Because it's going to help us when we create our campaigns. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in just Dallas, Texas here, okay, for this example. All right. And you can see that there's already a lot of movement happening, right? I want you to go to age, and you could pause this video at any time and follow along with me. So go to age, right? And you could type in, your location, whichever city or town you want to focus on. For the sake of this course, please make sure that you're targeting local cities or towns that you're familiar with. Do not target a town or city or state that you don't know, because that also plays a big role in this whole thing. Like, you really want to make sure you know the town, like in and out. So it's just like easier for you to land these clients, okay? So let's go on to the next. So ideally, chiropractors, they're above. This is just me guessing right now. We're buying data here. So with that in mind, we're just going to do 30. We're going to do 30 to about 60, 30 to 60. And then we'll be targeting males. Then for the industry, we could just do something like, let's see what we get. All right, cool. So we have dentistry here. So for interest, additional interest, dentistry, okay? So let's see what else we can get here. Cosmetic dentistry. Let's keep it going. Dentist. Okay. Veneer dentistry. Okay, yeah. This is a little too broad here, so we'll leave it just as is, okay? Let's go into people connected to this page we don't really need, so I wouldn't bother that with that. Language is definitely a necessity, so let's go into English. For the relationship status, I'm going to leave that the way it is now, and we'll look at the data and really get some clarity on this a little later. But I will leave this open, and the reason why I recommend this, like I said, leaving it open is because we don't have enough data yet. We have to buy this data and really analyze it before we could create the campaign. I know this sounds a little complex, but it's really not that serious, okay? All I'm basically saying here is that we have to look at all this stuff here before we can decide if they're married or anything like that. And so in some cases, if this is not enough, we may need to just run the campaign for about a week or a couple of days to get a bit more clarity on who is what. And we'll talk about that a little later. Okay. So for education, usually dentists are college graduates, so we know that, right? They graduate out of high school. Some are grad students. We could go ahead and mess around with that if we want. Office type, we could do small office. See if that helps with anything. No, yeah, that's a little too narrow. All right, so parents, I will leave that as is. Politics, life, events, I will leave that as is. Okay. Now, something else that I want you to keep in mind is that you see these numbers up here, right? Like this is your account, right? And you never want to use one account with one account ID to do multiple different things, because you're just going to mix up your data, and that's a bad deal. Like, it's so bad, because what you're going to do is you're going to mix up data from this local marketing campaign with another ad that you created for a different industry. So this all links together with your ad. Okay, when you buy this data, it gets submitted to this account ID, and this unique account ID knows everything about who you're looking to target. So keep that in mind throughout. And I really hope that you're taking notes throughout all of this, because it's important. So remember that your ID here plays a big role in this. A lot of people don't like to talk about this because they're being crazy out there. But I'm telling you from experience, make sure that you stick to, if you're going to be prospecting through Facebook ads, doing this Facebook loaded ad campaigns, make sure that you stick to one unique ID. Don't use this ID for other things. All right. So that's enough said there. So for demographics, you can see here, Facebook is telling us, 35 to 44 year olds, 39%. So we might be able to do 35 to 54. Okay. Based on what I'm seeing here, because you see here, we may be able to do 25 to 54. And just mess around with the numbers there. Relationship status, married. You can see that, married. So we might want to do married. Education level, grad school, 11%. Okay. And then we have 62% college. All right. So you may want to do college. And so what we're doing here is just basically analyzing the data, just to make sure that, when we start creating our campaigns, we have a complete understanding of, who to target and what interest to choose, and tons more. So by looking at this, we have a clarity. Okay. So for job titles, let's see here, just giving us a variety of different options. I mean, I don't really pay attention to this here. Let's go into page likes. That's very important. All right, so we don't have anything for page likes. That's fine. Let's go to location. All right, so Dallas, Texas. All right, so we could choose Dallas, Texas. All right. We could see that a lot of them are on Android devices, so we may want to do an ad targeting dentists, because dentists are always in the office. They're always busy. So they're always on their phones, tablets and things like that. So for this one, we may want to do Android for the campaign. So that's what it's looking like here. And so, yeah. So what we've done here is just basically just got a quick scope on everything. So when we start creating the campaigns, we have more clarity. Okay, so we know that we can target. We know a bunch of things that we didn't know before, right? Like, we know that we may want to try Android devices. Okay, because we already selected the interests. We have the interests here. We have the ages. We have the location. Well, we were looking for males, right? That are the genders males. They speak English. A majority of these guys are grads. So there's a couple of things that we can take from here. Again, this is just audience insights. So look at this as your help tool. This is just to help you. It's not 100% accurate. We're just using Facebook's data to get a better understanding, okay? So we know that they're grad students. We know that they're Android users. We know that they're married, and we know that we're looking to target dentists. So we already have enough data to start creating the campaign. So in the next video, we're going to start the campaign creation process. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.